Oh man, hello everyone, it's Adrian and you're welcome or welcome back to the channel where I talk about my unfiltered thoughts and opinions that nobody asked for. If that sounds like something that you're into, like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into today's episode. There is absolutely no way that I'm the only person that thinks that every single thing now feels like a performance. I'm not even trying to like be funny, no, seriously. Every single thing feels like a performance. Like every majority of the things that people do, people say, the way people express themselves and everything, man, the relationships that people have, the friendships, every single thing feels like a performance. And I'm not even going to lie, I've felt like this for quite a while now. Not even a while, a long time, I guess. Before I was just good at ignoring it, at pretending that, you know what, it's not that serious. Maybe it's just you being in your head too much and it really isn't that serious. But now I just cannot ignore it anymore. Like it's literally impossible for me to ignore the fact that every single thing feels like a performance and everyone feels and looks like they're performing. No one feels like they're genuinely being their true self. I'm sure there's people out there who are not necessarily performing for anyone or acting in ways simply to please other people or to appear in a certain way. But even in my life right now, I sit and observe people sometimes. I'm the kind of person to just be quiet sometimes and just like sit back and observe and watch people, whether I mean like in public places or just like am hanging out with people. Sometimes I just zone out. I don't even do it intentionally. It just happens and I just like zone out and I start to observe people more and I'm like, why are they acting like that? Like I know that's not who they are, but why are they acting different now because they're with this different group of people? And I know we all act differently around different people and in different environments and all of that. I'm very aware of that, but I don't know, man, just generally speaking, it just feels like every single person is performing and no one is doing anything because they like it or doing it for themselves. Most people are just doing it just again to appear or be perceived in a certain way. And honestly, it's exhausting. I'm tired. I'm talking about from the way people show up as and present themselves as well as how they express themselves, from the way they speak, the way they dress, the way they walk and carry themselves, the things that they like, the kind of music and movies or just media in general that they consume. They don't consume it because that's what they actually like and that's what they're actually interested in. They do that because they want other people to see them consuming that particular media so that they can be perceived in a certain way. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm the different one, like look at me, I'm different, I'm not like other guys. That's not what I mean. But genuinely, it mostly feels like that. Everyone just feels like it's performing. Not only that, even the relationships that people have, the people they date, the people they're friends with, they're not with them because they genuinely find these people interesting and they actually like them. No, but they just are friends with these people or date these people because they want to be seen with them. And I'm not going to lie, I've been there. We're gonna get into that. But I don't know, man, it just all feels so performative and I'm just tired. I'm exhausted and I think for the longest time I was just like really good at ignoring it and pretending like it does not exist and I cannot do that anymore. I seriously cannot. I can't. I'm tired. Don't even get me started on social media where everyone is like, everybody has their little accounts, Everyone, well, not everyone, but like most people nowadays have some kind of social media presence and everyone has their own little accounts and they like post photos and curate every single thing. Again, I'm not saying that I've never done that. Of course I have. even though you, if you were to go there, you wouldn't find much. And first of all, it's like on private, so you can't really see anything. But everyone has this little account, and they get to like post all these photos and like curate their identity and the way that they want other people to see them and perceive them, which there is nothing wrong with that if that's something that you find joy in. It's just your way to like express yourself and be creative. That's good. It's a beautiful thing. But it's just crazy how all of us have all of this. Okay, not all of us, most of us have all of these like fake identities that we create. Again, just because you create or you curate your life a certain way on social media does not mean that you're a fake person, or it's not real, it's not true, you're not being authentic. I know there's a bunch of people out there who are authentic, and that's just who they are, and that's just them. And but I just feel like there's a lot of people out there who try to like portray this image of who they are or who they want other people to see them. And I just honestly, I'm not the kind of person whom that has. I'm not the kind of person whom that kind of behavior has come like naturally to them. Me being on social media and portraying myself as a certain way, it's not something that has ever come naturally to me. Again, the first ever time that I ever joined social media, most people my age, most kids my age, I mean, my friends were already on social media. I feel like I was the only friend in the friend groups who didn't have it, because again, I just did not find it that interesting. I was like, I don't need to, you have my number, if we want to talk, you can call me, you can text me. That's all we need. I don't need to be on social media putting out every single thing that I'm doing and all the people that I'm with and all of this thing. It just always used to feel performative and fake to me, because I always used to ask myself, like, why am I doing this? Like, why do I have to do this? Like, well, it's for you to express yourself, but I already do express myself in real life. What's the need for me to do this and like create this persona online that I think people are gonna find cool and all of this? Again, it has always felt performative to me. But again, my friends were really good at convincing me, like, no, 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 create an account to do this, do that. And I did. And I tried to like it. I tried to have fun with it. But at the end of the day, I ended up deactivating every single thing, because again, it's just something that does not come naturally to me. It feels performative, it feels fake. It's like putting a little photo, like, look, this is what I ate for breakfast, this is where I went to dinner, this is who I'm with. Like, who cares? Seriously, who gives a damn about what you ate for social media? And I know some people actually enjoy that. They enjoy sharing their lives in that way, and I guess showing where they went to dinner. And I've done it. Trust me, I'm not saying that I've never done it before. I have, and I try to enjoy it, but I seriously can't. I cannot, because it feels performative. And me saying this does not mean that it's something that I will never ever do. Maybe I will. Who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind in the nearby future. Again, who knows? I'm not gonna come here and act like innocent, like, oh, I cannot do that, or I've never done that. I have, but again, it never feels authentic. It always feels performative. It always feels like I'm just performing for all these people, and it's like, man, seriously, who cares? Who gives a damn about where I went, who I'm with, what I ate for breakfast, or what I'm wearing? Nobody cares. Seriously, nobody cares. Why am I doing this? And it's weird, because I always feel like I'm being watched also. It doesn't feel good. I mean, I don't know how other people are able to like just do things and put things out there and enjoy it. That is not me. I seriously cannot, because I always feel like I'm being watched. I'm sure nobody out there cares enough to be like stalking me, but again, it's something that always feels weird to me. It is different if that's your job, that's what you do for work, to post your lifestyle and all of these things. If that's what you do for work, I guess I can understand, that makes sense. But I feel like, to me, even if that were to be my job and that's what I do for work, it would still feel fake. Maybe it's not even fake, and I genuinely want to share these things and put these things out there, but somewhere in me it will always feel like I'm performing, or it's fake, or there's like a part of me that like wants to be validated, but also I know like that's not what I want, that's not who I am. But then it's like, why am I doing this? You know, like, why are you doing this? Who are you doing this for? Why do you feel the need to post this? Or like, what are you trying to prove? Like, who are you trying to prove yourself to? So like that, it has always felt fake to me. And don't even get me started on the relationships that people do have in real life, because you can watch people be friends and hang out with people that they absolutely do not like they don't like them at all, and you just have to sit there and watch, and it's like, I thought you didn't like this person, then why are you friends with them? Like, why are you hanging out with them when you said that you didn't like them? And it's like, well, yeah, I don't like them, but I'm still gonna be friends with them because I'm lonely. And it's like, oh my god, like, please, I don't know, man. I don't, and it's so weird because I have to sit here and watch every single person just live their life, do their own thing, and perform and say that they are this kind of person, or this is what they like and this is what they don't like and this is the kind of person that they are, but then go out there and show up as a completely different person and basically betray themselves over and over again, and the person that they claim to be. And then it's like, am I the crazy one? Like, wait, hold on, wait a second. Am I the problem? Like, am I the crazy person who feels like I should be out there like every single person, just like performing? Because I'm not kidding. Like, sometimes it feels like that. It feels like I'm the crazy one. I'm the crazy one for not being normal and not just like, I guess, doing every single thing that everyone else is doing, and having this persona online, and being friends with people that I don't even like that much, or don't even like to be around to begin with, or even date people that I do not like just for show, just so that they can be seen with me and I can be seen with them. And it like becomes this whole cool thing, and it's like, no, like, am I the crazy one for not participating in that? Because sometimes I'm like, well, that's what everyone is doing, and they seem to be fine. So am I like the crazy one to sit here and like feel weird about all of that and all of those relationships? Because I know that is not true. It's all fake. All of these people are constantly betraying themselves and their own identities and who they are, to just perform and blend in and fit in. So am I like the weird one for seeing that and like feeling weird about it, or feeling like I'm betraying myself and feeling self conscious? Again, it's just, man, it's so weird, because before I used to say it, but I was like good at ignoring and being like, nope, I don't have to look at that, I don't have to think about that, because maybe it's just my thoughts. But now I just cannot ignore it. I cannot, and it just feels exhausting. Like, if I can't go out there and just fully be myself and express myself the way that I want to express myself, I honestly don't want to do it. Why do I have to be friends with people that I don't even like, I don't find interesting, or put up this performance for every single person in my life when I don't even, when even that's not who I am, or that's not even what I like? Like, why? Where does that lead us to? I don't understand it. Somebody please fill me in. Maybe I'm the weird one for not understanding that part. It's even funnier watching people date people that they do not like, they don't find interesting, or be friends with people that they do not like or find interesting. And it's like, well, if you don't like them and you don't find them that interesting, why are you with them in the first place? No, but because, you know, it's kind of cool to be with them. Well, everybody wants them, everybody thinks they're cool. I've been there. You know, everybody thinks they're cool, so it means that I have to be with them because everybody else wants them. Even though I don't like them and do not want to be with them, me being with them and dating them will make me be perceived in a certain way, and I'll kind of like have these social status points where everyone will be like, oh, you're the man or the woman, whoever you are. And it's just like, why? Just why does every single thing has to feel like a performance from the relationships, the people, what we talk about, how we express ourselves, the way we dress, the people we're friends with, the people we date, and all of these things. And it's like, I want this kind of car. Okay, what do you want it because you actually like, and you like the, I guess, the time that went into making it, and you just like it on its own, or do you want it because everybody else has it? Do you want this kind of house because that's what you like, that's what you're into, or do you want it because everybody else thinks it's cool, so you have to think that it's cool even though you don't find it cool? Why are you dressing in a way that, are you dressing in a way or expressing yourself in a way that you genuinely like and is authentic to you, or are you just doing it because everybody else says that it's cool or thinks that it's cool and that's how you should be living and that's what you should be doing, or you're doing it to just please everybody else but yourself? And it's just, again, it's just exhausting. It's exhausting. It's even way more exhausting to just sit back and watch everybody just perform, performance after performance after performance. And it's exhausting. It's even way more exhausting if you're this person who can be self-conscious and self-aware sometimes, because you're sitting back and watching everybody else, and you can see, you know who people are. You can see that they're performing. You can see that they're lying. You can see that no one is being fully true to themselves. Again, I'm not saying that every single person out there is fake or performing. I know there are people who are authentic and doing what they like and are genuinely themselves. But when someone is genuinely themselves, you know what everybody else does? They shame them. It's oh, that is not who you truly are. Who do you think you are? You think you're better than everybody else. You think you're this, you think you're that. If you're not someone who acts and expresses themselves in a way that everybody else does, it's weird because everyone else sees it as a threat. It's oh, you're trying to be different so bad. But no, maybe they're not trying to be different so bad, and that's just who they are. And in a world where everyone is just constantly performing, constantly trying to please everybody else but themselves, trying, constantly seeking for external validation, the bravest thing that you can do, the most courageous thing that you can do, is you to just be yourself. Listen to whatever kind of music you want to listen to. Who cares? Watch the kind of movies that you want to watch. Who cares? Dress however you want to dress. Who cares? Date whoever you want to date and who you actually like. Who cares? Be friends with people that you actually want to be friends. Period. And I refuse. I refuse to go out there and just perform and live my life for everybody else but myself. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I refuse. And you know what? I do not care. I absolutely do not give a damn. I don't think I came here to please anybody. I don't think it's my responsibility to please anyone. I came here to be whoever I came to be, and you can go out there to be whoever you want to be. If all you want to do is just be like everybody else and blend in, I guess all power to you. You can go out there and be like everybody else, but I just refuse to subscribe to any of that. You can keep it to yourself. Again, this is not to shame anyone, but if you want to be the kind of person who's just considered normal, aka performing like everybody else, go for it. If that's what makes you happy and you're genuinely fulfilled doing that, being like everyone else, performing, having fake and soulless relationships with people and friendships that don't even fulfill you, going, pursuing career paths that you don't care about, that you couldn't give less of a damn about, but because everybody else thinks that that's the cool thing to do, that's what you should be doing, then that's what you're gonna be doing. All power to you. If that's what makes you happy, I would doubt to think that. I doubt it's something that generally makes you happy and makes you fulfilled, but if that's what you want to do and that's what you like, go for it. But I just refuse to subscribe to any of that. And if you see somebody else taking a different route, route and wanting to do something different, leave them alone. Leave them alone and mind your own business. I just don't know what's wrong with people. I guess it's all it's all the same thing with this crab mentality, where if everybody else is the same and they see somebody who is not different, it's weird. It's almost like they become a target. It's like, oh, you're different, you're not like everybody else. Who do you think you are? There has to be something with you. Like, I have to come and like make you uncomfortable and bully you into conforming and being like everyone else, and it's like, shut the hell up. That's why I think it's so important. It's important to be nice and kind, but I also think it's really, really important to be mean as hell. I want you to be mean as hell. Be kind, be nice, don't go out of your way to hurt people. But if somebody comes for you, be ready to come for them as well. You know, that I think it's important to be kind, but also think it's important for you to be mean as hell, especially in today's world where everyone else is trying to be like every single person, everyone else, you know. And when someone is different or is into different things that every single person that they're surrounded by isn't into, you're immediately seen as like, oh, you're so different. Who do you think you are? You have to always be ready to stand up for yourself, you know, and defend yourself and stick to being whoever you are and who you were meant to be. I can't begin to tell you how many people that I've met that are just so beautiful and unique, and they have a different way of thinking and presenting themselves, and they're just so creative and talented, and just like they say something or do something and you look at them and I'm like, wow, how did you even come up with that? How did you think about that? Like, you're just different and in the most beautiful way, but they let other insecure people who do not know who they are, they have no sense of identity, they have no sense of self, they don't know what they're doing with themselves, basically influence them into conforming and being like everyone else, because they're just so afraid of that noise, or so afraid of standing out and being this person who's gonna like, and let's face it, if you're someone who's like different, you're gonna stand out. That is, it comes with the package. You're gonna stand out because you are different, and every single one and every single person out there, most people try to be like everyone else. So if you are truly yourself, you are going to stand out. That's just, it comes with the package. That's just what that's just what's going to happen. And it's always just really heartbreaking to see people like that, people that are just so unique and creative and beautiful and so smart, be so afraid of other people's judgment to the point where they force themselves to just like conform and fall into that trap of being like everybody else. It's such a shame, and it's sad to witness, and I just refuse to be that. I refuse. I am whoever I am, and that is that. I don't think you're this, I don't think you're that. Well, that has nothing to do with me. Keep it to yourself, you know. So yeah, it's exhausting. It really is exhausting to just sit back and watch everyone perform and perform and perform. And it's like, are you not exhausted? No, like seriously, are you not tired of constantly performing and performing and performing for people who don't even give a damn about you, by the way? You know, they themselves are not themselves. They themselves are constantly performing. Why? Because they're scared. They're scared of other people. They're scared of what other people might think of them, or and all of that. And also, you're doing the same, you know, performing and performing. Are you not tired? Seriously, I can't even pretend to like someone. I cannot even pretend to like a song that somebody recommends to me that I do not like, just to like, I guess, fit in and be like, oh yeah, I like this song. No, I do not. You know, also I'm an actor, so sometimes there's this thing where people get asked what's your favorite movie, and everyone says the same thing, you know, the classic, the same things, and I'm like, I come and say something different because I do not care. I do not care. Just because everybody else likes that does not mean that I have to like it. You can like whatever you want, the same way that I'm allowed to like whatever I want, and that is that. You know, are you not tired? You know that you have free will. That you know that you have free will, and you can be whoever you want. and express yourselves. You express yourselves in ways that you want to express yourselves in. You know, there is no one out there stopping you. I mean, there will be a lot of people who will like try to force you to like conform, but you're human. You have free will. You can do absolutely whatever you want. So stop it. Stop. It's stupid and it's weak. It really is weak. Stop being a coward. And whatever people have to say or think, be whoever you want to be, do whatever you want to do. And if you're someone who's just truly themselves and you trust your own instinct and intuition and do things that feel good to you and right and authentic to you, the world has a miraculous way of working things out and it will always reward you for that. So please, you've done enough, you've performed enough. It's now time for you to be yourself. You're safe. It's okay for you to now go out there and just be yourself. Seriously, stop betraying yourself over and over and over again just because you're afraid of what other people might think or what they might say. People will say whatever they want to say anyway. Stop betraying yourself. And this is the thing. You don't have respect for yourself. You don't trust your own instinct because you keep betraying yourself over and over again. If you keep betraying yourself over and over and over again, how are you even going to be able to trust yourself? You know? Even you cannot lie to yourself. You know that. You know that deep down. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust your gut and your intuition and your instincts because you know how mean and just bad you've been to yourself and how horribly you've been treating yourself by betraying yourself over and over again just because you don't have enough courage to be you and you're just like afraid of what everyone else might think or they might say. And you've done that for long enough and now it's time for you to drop the act. And it's just something that I wanted to talk about. Enough is enough. You can now be yourself. You're safe to do so, you know? So yeah, that's all I have to say for today's episode. It's just something that has been on my mind and it's just like, oh man, no. No, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. You know, it's even way more exhausting to watch everybody else pretend like this is normal. No, it's not. It's not normal. And it feels weird. And it's just something that I wanted to share, you know. So yeah, I don't know if you can relate or not. Let me know what you think, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. I love you. Take care of yourself. As always, like and subscribe if you feel like it, and love you. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. See you.